Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the channel, Life After Narc. My name's Debbie, and I talk about all things to do with narcissistic, abusive, and toxic relationships, as well as looking at healing from them. And today's video, practical steps that you can take when the narcissist leaves. And I wanted to have a look at this in detail because for many of us, this is the first time this has happened to you. Your narcissist has left. Your partner, your horrible, abusive, toxic partner has left. And now what? Now what do you do? So I'm hoping to give you some advice from my own experience and from what I've learned since then. But before I get into the body of the video, if you enjoy it, please click the like button. Please subscribe to the channel and share with your friends and family, anyone who you think may benefit. Now, when I wrote this script, I was sat, it was a rainy Sunday afternoon, and I was sat feeling sad. Rain always does that to me. Rain and darkness always makes me feel a little bit melancholy, not for the next, but for life in general. I'm a very sensitive person. I'm an empath, and you'll probably find that you are too. And I currently have stomach problems. I have a hiatus hernia, which causes me to have eating problems, pain, and so on. And it was one of those days. And what I realized during this was that what I had gone through with the narcissist was actually one of the major causes for my stomach problems. And the physical reason behind it is that the vagus nerve, which is one of the main nerves that travels from the brain down through the body, has got a lot of nerve endings in the stomach. And this is when we get things like butterflies in our stomach, that fear, but it can be excitement as well. They're the same, it's the same hormone that is released at that time when we're either excited or afraid. And I just thought, this is something that so many of us don't know how to deal with. And I hope that this video will help you if your narcissist has recently left. So they've left you and you have no idea why. You don't know what's going on. You don't know whether up is down, down is up, side to side. You have no clue. Perhaps you can't get hold of them. Normally, you'll find that they'll turn their phones off or they'll block you. They don't want to speak to you. They perhaps left when you weren't at home, but you didn't know or weren't aware that they were going to leave, but they've gone. Now, a lot of them will leave their stuff behind. And this is done deliberately by the narcissist because they want a little doorway open so that if they want to come back, if their new supply that they're hoping to gain doesn't work out, that you'll take them back because their stuff is still with you. But I'm going to tell you guys, if your narcissist has left you, it's a blessing. It may not feel like it. You're going to feel all sorts of emotions. You're going to feel anger, sadness, depression, hatred, melancholy. All of these emotions that are going through you right now are normal and natural for what you are going through. And to be very honest with you, a narcissist, an abusive, toxic person leaving your life or a relationship like this ending is probably the most difficult thing you are going to experience in your life. And you may be sat there thinking, well, what the hell do I do now? What do I do? So I've written down how many here. I think it's 11, 12 practical tips to help you once the narcissist has left your life. First of all, change the locks if you can, if you can afford to. If not, maybe attach deadbolts if you can, or keep the keys in the locks, because if the key is in the lock, somebody inserting a key from outside will not be able to insert the key and the door won't open. So that's something that you can do to protect yourself immediately. Keep your doors locked when you're in the house. And I know that a lot of English people, British people don't do that. It's something that I grew up with, having grown up in South Africa, and it was back then quite dangerous. So keeping your doors locked was just what you did. Number 2, block them on social media, email, your phone, anywhere you can, because you don't want them to know how you're feeling. How you're feeling, the pain and hurt that you're going through, feeds them. It gives them the supply that they want. Rubbing their hands, go, look at the pain that I've caused this person. They're crying over me. They're sad over me. They don't know what to do. They're a mess. You don't really want your narcissistic ex to see that. So block them. And I know the temptation is going to be there to go and see what they're doing on their social media page. And it's going to take a while for you to accept that this is just over. Seeing what they put up, their statuses, their details, if they're seeing somebody new, it can be devastating for you. But there's that curious side of you there, I know. So if you do unblock them, don't feel guilty about it. It's a normal reaction. Block their enablers and flying monkeys. In other words, this is family members. This is people who are friends with the narcissist, who will stick up for the narcissist. Because don't forget, the narcissist is now the victim. You, as the empath, were the horrible person in the relationship. You were the one that was causing all the hatred and hurt and harm. And I've got Goblin who's come to join me today. It's nearly tea time, I think. Keep still, Goblin. So I've got... Did you hear that? I've got 5 cats. So block them. You don't need to be harassed by these people, by these enablers and flying monkeys, because they are being enlisted by the narcissist deliberately to cause pain and hurt to you. They will be sticking up for the narcissist in every way that they can. Don't show your bum on telly. Don't show your bum. Nobody wants to see it. Nobody wants to see it. Get off. Get off. Sorry. It's like dealing with children. You don't need to be subjected to that kind of pain, that kind of hatred. You don't. Perhaps you were friends with these people. Perhaps they were family members, you know, your ex's sisters, brothers, grandparents, whatever. But they will stick up for the next. They will not have seen what you've gone through. They will only see the perfect person that the narcissist is to them. Number 4, alert the police if you need to. Now, if you have gone through physical abuse, sexual abuse, please get the authorities involved. You may also be feeling hypervigilant, and I've talked about that in a recent video. I'm going to pop links in the description box below of some videos that you can go and have a look at that will help you go into a little bit more detail around these issues. But getting the police on your side, letting them know what happened, they are there to help you. If you need to press charges against this person, do so. But I can say that in the United Kingdom, the chances of any of these issues going to court are few and far between. In fact, I believe it's 2% of people who are convicted out of rape or sexual abuse or physical abuse. And 2 women every week are victims of femicide by their husbands or partners. 2 women every week here in the United Kingdom. That's a lot. If you can, number 5, contact a women's or men's aid, a refuge or support group, somebody who can help you get through this and give you really good advice and tips and hints of what you can do and how far you can take this. Because obviously you will need as much support as you can. And there's going to be a lot of questions going around your mind. Why is this happening? What did I do wrong? And I can tell you now, you didn't do anything wrong. The narcissist is the one who was wrong. So I want you to know that right now, is that you are perfectly imperfect. The narcissist was the evil genius in this relationship. Number 6, get your paperwork in order. So you may have bought a house together, so there may be a mortgage that you have to sort out, bank accounts. Perhaps you're in a dual tenancy, in a rented property. Perhaps you owned a car together, or you have other assets that need to be split up. So make sure you have all the paperwork that you need. And Don't wait for them to say, we need to sort this out. Start sorting it out yourself. It gives you the empowerment to do it, as well as putting them on the spot. Especially if you are in receipt of any benefits, make sure that you get all the advice that you need, especially if you're here in the UK. Contact Citizens Advice Bureau. They can help you, letting you know what sort of benefits you are entitled to. It's a schlep. It's a pain to do all of that, but it works out better for you in the long run. They will try to screw you over. They will. It's that simple. They may have left. They may have told you the day after they left, "I'm sorry. I still love you," and so on and so on. "I'm sorry that it turned out this way." And they cry, and you have these moments. But believe me, they'll turn nasty. They will turn nasty. It is inevitable. So you make sure you get in there first. Number 7, protect yourself however you need to. Now, I know that right at the beginning of him leaving, I was terrified that he was going to come back. I kept the doors locked. I kept the windows locked. I hardly went out because I was afraid of bumping into him. And it's difficult when you're in this situation to shed these fears. So you do what you need to do to protect yourself. Number 8, pack their stuff. I got this piece of advice from a video that I watched after my narcissist left. And I thought, you know what, that makes sense, because he had so much junk here that I knew if he came to pack his stuff, he'd leave it. So what I did was I packed all of his stuff, and on the day that he was coming to collect it, I put it outside in the driveway for him so that he didn't have to come into the house. And he actually said to me, "I'm only taking what's mine." And I said, "All of this is yours. It's all yours. It's junk, but it's your junk, and I'm not going to dispose of it. You can. You're the one with the van. You can go and do a run to the tip, but I am not going to get rid of your crap." It makes it easier on you, and it makes it easier that they don't have to come into the house, unless of course they've got big pieces of furniture, which mine did. Which brings me to the next point. Keep everything as civil as you can when they come to collect their stuff. In other words, try to look happy. Don't bite back, because they are going to try and bait you. You know this. It's what they've done in the past. They've done it a gazillion times. Don't let them. If you can have friends or family with you when they come to collect their stuff, you can also, here in the UK, ask the police to be here as well, if you don't have anybody that can be with you. Number 10, communicate via email. Okay, so no text messages, no messages through Messenger or Twitter or Threads or WhatsApp. Try to go only through email, because then you will have a running commentary of every single conversation that you have had. Don't pick up the phone if they ring you. Block them. Tell them that the only communication you're willing to accept is through email. It covers your own backside, guys. It covers your own backside, because don't forget, they can say whatever they want to the police, to the authorities, and you're the one that looks crazy. Number 11, see your doctor if you can. Get as much help as you need to, especially if you're going through severe depression. The trauma that you have gone through with this relationship, the verbal abuse, the physical abuse, the sexual abuse, you're going to need as much support as you can. So if you can, try to get therapy, or at least a support group that can help you. And number 12, take time for yourself. If you've got children, I know it's going to be more difficult for you, but journal. Writing your emotions down helps. And you're probably thinking, how can it help? Believe me, it does. I have journals filled with writing that I have written over the past 19 months, and it has helped me endlessly. Meditate if you can, exercise, create new rituals in your life. You have lived your life around this person. You have carried them. You've driven them here, there, and everywhere. You have had to walk on tiptoe around them. You can now have your own life back. Decorate, move furniture around, move if you need to, but take time for yourself. Now, it's a journey. It is a journey. It's a journey of self-discovery after the narcissist has left you. And it's one of the most difficult journeys you will ever go through. But you can do it. I did it. If I did it, you can do it. Guys, I have bipolar disorder. I have CPTSD. And I've done it. I've gotten through it. And in October, I start studying psychotherapy. And this whole episode of my life with this horrible narcissistic person has led me to this path. So hopefully now I'm able to help others who are in the same situation, even if it's just one person, I'm able to help them. Your future will be brighter without them, I promise. It may seem dark at the moment, but it will be brighter. If you've enjoyed the video, please click the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you next time. Blessed be.